Senators move to exempt Bitcoin crypto miners from proposed U.S. tax rules. There was a bit of an excitement recently as the U.S. Senate attempted to fund their infrastructure bill on the back of crypto miners. Yes, they wanted to make all of the miners brokers, meaning that they were holding funds when they're really just mining funds. The miners would have to fill out 1099 forms for the IRS, and it would have been incredibly onerous to mine crypto in the United States. The bill could have chased all innovation from this country. However, it looks like the senators are moving to exempt Bitcoin, launching an amendment that may be included in the bill. Juan Galt, your thoughts on the Senate's attempt to define crypto miners as brokers?
Yeah, so it's actually even broader than that. The actual terminology was interpreted by somebody as it could apply to wallets as well. Basically, anybody that was facilitating through software the signing and broadcasting of transactions or financial products basically could be a broker, right? It's that's such a broad umbrella that could even apply to wallets as well. And I mean, what I said on Twitter was basically this could send us into a 2-year bear market while we deal with it, as because it's absolutely ridiculous. So it would be like this legal battle, a bunch of FUD, right? It would just be really, really bad policy, really bad administration. So yeah, I'm glad that there's an amendment. Apparently, the amendment hasn't necessarily been accepted yet, so it still makes sense to take 5 minutes, call your senator. There's a website I can link to, fightforthefuture.org. I believe they're sort of helping promote this, and so you can call your senator. It's pinned on my Twitter, and just bug them, annoy them, show that you have political will. I think to some degree you can look at this, and in politics, you can look at the letter and the content of the legal proceeding or whatever, but then you got to look at the real politic, and the real politic might be like, well, let's see how much, let's see if the crypto and Bitcoin sort of supporting populace is actually politically engaged, or they're just going to let us roll them over, right? That might be the real politic. Who knows what other games are playing, but I think the cost of pushing back right now is very low. Just call your senator and annoy them, and might save us a bunch of pain going forward for the next couple of years.
Dan, Eve.
Well, I think it sounds pretty superb. As Juan said, it was pretty broad ruling, and apparently this could include now not just miners, service providers, developers, nodes, and even for non-Bitcoiners, the proof of stake validators, which is funny because on the bill there are lots of people like fudding proof of work and saying that it's going to boil the ocean. Like one guy went, "This is terrible. It gives global warming polluting proof of work miners a free pass and squashes the environment friendly proof of stake technologies," shilling like Polygon and stuff on this thing. Might as well subsidize coal plants while you're at it. So obviously some people are disappointed, but little do they know that as proof of stake validators, they would be getting a free pass too. So the other thing is that might stand in its way is that if money becomes money's too tight to mention, like Simply Red would say, is that it would knock 5.2 billion off of the raise the bill would of the 28 billion that they'd initially envisaged. But of course, we all know that at the Fed, there is an infinite supply of money. Press the button.
There is an infinite amount of cash at the Federal Reserve.
Yes. Nice. So, and the cool thing about it is that it was signed by both like Republicans and Democrats. So it's like healing the divide. So I'm obviously all for it.
Crypto bringing people together. They say there's 3 ways to raise money for a bill. You can have new taxes, you can raise taxes, or you can go after existing taxes. Josh Shigala, what do you think of the Senate's plan to go after existing taxes? You're muted now.
To try to regulate miners, it's like there's a bunch of clowns that have no idea what happens in the world. They have no idea. They just know they have to make a rule for something. They have to rule something, and then they go around and make these ludicrous laws. the funny thing is that I'm noticing with America compared to like somewhere like Germany, is that the German regulators are all like, oh no, that's got nothing to do with us. That's it's obviously that regulator's problem, and that regulator's like, oh, no, there's 999, and in America they're like, oh yeah, I'll regulate that, and I'll regulate, and the other regulator's like, yeah, I'll regulate it too, and then everyone's like regulating like crazy, and no one knows. They're all like conflicting, like, yeah, it's definitely absolutely a commodity. No, it's definitely a money, and you need a transmitter license. Like, they're going to ruin the industry in the States if you let them do this. Really, it is. I mean, of course, Bitcoin doesn't care. It is the honey badger. It don't give a shit. But the fact of the matter is, miners are physical people sitting there with physical hardware and using a heck of a lot of resources. So they do care. And so they will just ship out. They'll just move on, just like they did from China out elsewhere. At the end of the day, the network will still keep going. It's just that America won't get a piece of the action. So the US needs to think long and hard about what they're doing and pull back. Whoa, horsey. When I say whoa, I mean whoa.
It sounds like idiocracy. You like regulating stuff? Oh, I like regulating stuff too. Dan, Eve, Jesse Powell, and others went to Twitter calling it a red alert, saying you had to contact your senator immediately. What is the current status of the crypto defense system? Was it successful this time? Do you think it'll be successful in the future? Exit question. Dan, Eve.
Well, I think that you can only vote with your fingers and feet, or just fingers, unless you're going to go and knock on their door and then use your fingers as well knocking. So follow the link that Juan posts and like get on the case. I mean, I might phone up from the UK, but they'll probably tell them to piss off, I think. But it's probably worth doing anyway. I'll pretend I live in the Americas. But yeah, I think this is a red flag. This is like raising the red flag, right? Action stations, people, and get on the phones, speak to your senators, and get it going.
I think they'd kick you off right at the accent.
I'll just put on the foghorn leghorn accent like I do.
Southern is always good. Juan Galt, what do you think about the crypto defense system?
I mean, I'm not sure that we're as hardcore as we should be. I don't know. I think there's a lot of like, well, we're cyberpunk, and to some degree, code is law, and like listen, yes, Bitcoin will survive this. You can run a node, and you can run it on Tor, and it doesn't matter what regulations they run. They try to put on wallets and miners and such. Yes, you can route around this if you try, but it doesn't mean that war isn't expensive. Going to political war with the United States would not be a happy thing. It would definitely, the price would suffer. It would be a rough transition. We want America to be, we got to defend freedom wherever we are, right? And that means, like, if you just stand down, right? What's that saying? The world is ruled by bad people when good people don't stand up to them, or something like that, to paraphrase, right? You gotta take a, and this isn't like an expensive sort of move. I mean, we gotta support something like Coin Center if they're doing a good job, but also just push back at every other level that you can, because power hungry people and ignorant power hungry people are gonna try to pull whatever they can get away with, right? So you gotta stay vigilant.
Like Chairman Mao said, all true political power comes from the barrel of the gun. And as Stalin said, how many divisions does the Pope have?